Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's more likely to talk a big game than to truly push himself forward. He loves order and has strong opinions about how things should be done, but he may not put in the consistent hard work or passion needed to climb very high. He'll stick to routines and rules, and while he can do well in steady, structured jobs, don't expect wild ambition or late nights chasing after big opportunities.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's unlikely to break down or lose his cool. He can stay calm and collected even when the pressure is on. He might not take it personally, but also won't lead the charge for big changes.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work will likely find him polite and well mannered, so he rarely gets into open fights or heated arguments. He's not the warmest or most caring person, though, which means while they may respect him for following rules and getting things done properly, few will feel really close to him. So he's respected for his orderliness, but not loved for his warmth.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he may not exactly jump for joy or shower you with praise, but he won't feel threatened or insecure either. He likes things in order and done the right way, so he can respect your success if you've worked hard and followed the rules. Your success won't rattle his confidence or lead to drama at home.
What if you start earning more than him?
He's not the type to secretly resent you or feel jealous if you earn more than him. His self worth doesn't depend on out earning his partner, and he's steady enough not to let it bother him deep inside. He might not gush about your success, but he won't sulk or make things uncomfortable for you either.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money very carefully and is unlikely to spend without thinking. He prefers to stick to a budget, keep track of expenses, and avoid unnecessary risks or big sudden purchases. Instead, he'll make sure bills are paid on time and savings are safe.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't see him showing off or buying things just for appearances. Instead, he chooses what's practical and sensible, making sure that everything fits the budget.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is more likely to be tight with both money and mindset. Generosity and warmth don't come easily to him, so he may hesitate to spend on small joys or help out without thinking twice. He'll keep a close eye on the budget and may expect others to do the same.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is open and straightforward about money, not secretive or sneaky. He likes things organized and clear, so he'll make sure you know exactly where money is going and why. You can trust that he'll share details about expenses and savings, and he'll expect you to do the same.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe housework should be done properly and according to a routine, but he may expect you to take on most of it by default, especially if he grew up in a traditional setting. He won't make a fuss or create drama, he just quietly thinks things should be a certain way. If you want him to help, you'll probably have to be direct and spell out what you expect, as he isn't naturally tuned into sharing such tasks.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by supervising, giving advice, or pointing out what needs to be done rather than rolling up his sleeves and getting involved without being asked. He likes things done the right way, so you might see him correcting or organizing tasks rather than simply pitching in with diapers or cleaning. His support is more about making sure things are orderly, not about sharing the physical work naturally or joyfully.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually argues to prove he's right rather than truly trying to understand your side. He believes strongly in his own way of doing things and can be stubborn when his ideas are challenged. You may feel like you are being heard politely but not deeply understood.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays respectful and doesn't lash out with hurtful words or aggressive actions. He can calmly state his opinion or point out what's bothering him, but he rarely raises his voice or loses control. Even during disagreements, he tries to keep things polite and in order.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He's more likely to stay calm and composed even when things go wrong. If anything, his challenge is being too set in his ways, not having a hot temper.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
It's hard for him to say sorry or take full responsibility, especially if he thinks his way was correct. He's more likely to explain or justify what he did, sometimes making it seem like the problem isn't really his fault. You probably won't hear a heartfelt apology unless you clearly spell out what hurt you and why.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He believes in sticking to rules and proper ways of doing things, so he won't push or pressure you once you've made your wishes clear. Your comfort and personal limits will be taken seriously with him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the kind of man who takes it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. He doesn't tie his emotions tightly to physical closeness and isn't very needy for affection or approval. You won't find him pushing or getting offended. He'll just move on in a practical way.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He's respectful in how he treats personal matters and won't use what happens in private to hurt you or embarrass you later. So you don't need to worry about your trust being betrayed by him in this area.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is the kind of man who is faithful and not easily distracted by other women. Once he's committed, he takes that commitment seriously and sticks to what he thinks is right. His sense of order and loyalty means he values stability over excitement from new faces.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not over possessive, jealous, or always suspicious. He trusts routines and believes in being fair and orderly, so he doesn't waste energy on doubting your loyalty or trying to control your every move. He won't watch over you like a hawk or question your friendships and choices all the time.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
His idea of being protective is less about love and more about making sure things run the way he thinks is right. If he acts protective, it's often because he wants order and rules followed, not because he's trying to truly support or comfort you. Pay attention to whether his protection actually makes you feel safe or just managed.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is more likely to expect you to do most of the hands on work in parenting unless you clearly ask for help or set up shared routines. He thinks about family life as something that should run a certain way and often falls back on traditional roles. So, unless discussed, he might quietly assume you'll handle most of the daily care. If you want true partnership in parenting, you'll need to speak up and be clear about what you need from him.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he tends to stay calm and doesn't lose his temper. You won't see him shouting or cruelly punishing them, even if they break the rules or make mistakes. While he might seem strict or cold, his aim is to fix the problem without causing fear or chaos.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will respect your role as a mother and appreciate your efforts at home, but he might not fully recognize or encourage your need to be your own person outside of family duties unless you speak up. His focus is on routines, order, and everyone fitting into their roles properly. So he may expect you to put family needs first. If you want true understanding and balance, it may take open conversations and reminders that you're more than just the mother in the family.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, with him, you may need to be cautious about this. He might appear supportive of your career at first, but once a child comes along, his practical mindset could shift to expecting you to focus mainly on home and family. Open, honest conversations before big life changes are essential if you want your career to remain a priority.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to treat your parents with politeness and good manners, but don't expect real warmth or deep emotional connection. He believes in proper behavior and showing respect, so he'll be well behaved and formal during visits or family events. However, his kindness might feel a bit distant, and he may not go out of his way to build a genuine bond or make small talk just for the sake of closeness. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust to his ways rather than making changes himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and won't make things worse by getting upset or reacting sharply. He believes in keeping order and staying polite, so even if he feels annoyed, he'll control his words and actions. While his cool manner can help keep things peaceful, it might also feel a bit detached and not very comforting.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's the kind of man who may act modern and understanding with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He values order and proper roles, so when family or elders are around, he'll want you to follow customs, dress decently, and show respect in the accepted ways, even if he's less strict otherwise. While he won't force you harshly, you may feel quiet pressure to fit into family expectations at functions or home events.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, especially with his family or in laws, he is more likely to stay out of it rather than strongly support you or take your side. He wants to keep things calm and proper, so he avoids open conflict and may hope problems will settle themselves without him stepping in. If strong partnership matters to you, you'll need to ask directly for the support you want.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He isn't a classic mummy's boy who runs to his mother for everything, but he does care a lot about order, respect, and keeping family harmony. If there's a conflict with his mother, he's unlikely to jump to your side right away. Instead, he'll try to avoid taking sides, stay polite, and hope things calm down on their own.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values privacy and proper boundaries, so he'll keep most personal matters between the two of you. Your relationship will be stronger for it, as trust and respect for boundaries are important to him.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Day in and day out, being with this man means living in a home that feels steady, orderly, and mostly predictable. You can trust that bills are paid on time, routines are followed, and there's rarely any loud drama or chaos.